Hello. Hello Art Kids, I'm Lydia and this is Artie and welcome to Art Kids at Home. Today we are going to be looking at a very famous artist called Pablo Picasso. Now if you haven't heard of Picasso before, don't worry, you're going to be learning a lot about him today. We're specifically looking at Picasso's work on paper, and not only on paper but with paper too. Today we are going to be making our very own 3D cubist face sculptures. When we think of a human face or a dog face, we usually think of two eyes, a nose, a mouth, and a shape that keeps all of these features in place. Now, Picasso and other artists involved in Cubism would mess with this idea. You'd often find in his work eyes up here, noses over here, ears on your chin, multiple mouths around your face. Now, with this idea of experimenting and changing the way that we look at people's faces and their features, keep this in mind and we're going to go make our artwork together now. So all you need today is some coloured pencils or pens or even paint if you prefer, a pair of scissors or an adult to help you cut out a bit later in the project, and a piece of paper, any size you like. First we are going to draw the top of our head. Now, I'm doing quite a squiggly line. It can be any sort of shape you like. Now we're ready to draw our features on our face. There's no wrong way of doing this. Wherever you feel like drawing an eye or a nose or a freckle or some eyelashes or eyebrows is fine. It's completely up to you. You are the artist. Have fun with this. Make up your portrait. Maybe you're drawing yourself, maybe you're drawing someone in your family. Remember, you can pause this video at any time and you can join us when you've finished for the next part of the project. Once you've got your outline, it's time to add some colour. Now, I am just going to add a few little bits of colour. Maybe colour in an eye or some lips, maybe an ear, some jewellery. I quite like to colour in my hair as well. I've got green mermaid hair on mine. It's completely up to you whether you want to colour in the whole thing or just a little bit like me. Once you've finished your colouring in, it's now time to add a bit of shape to our cubist sculpture. Now I'm going to use the scissors to cut out the top part of my head, that line that I drew earlier. And remember, if you've got any features coming off, like I've got an ear here, be careful with that cutting out and ask for help if you need to. Keep this bottom bit uncut, because this will help our sculpture stand up a bit later. Now, if you have any little bits you'd like to cut in the middle of your picture, a simple way of doing this is creating a little fold where the cut needs to be. Use the end of your scissors to make a little snip and then cut into your paper, making sure your fingers stay out of the way. Now you are ready to make your cubist portrait become 3D. I'm going to make 3 folds here as if I'm making a fan with my paper. Make sure they're nice and firmly folded. And once you've folded, it's time to open up your sculpture and make it stand up. Now what I've done with my sculpture is I've drawn on both sides. So once I made my folds, I drew another portrait on the other side. This means the folds make a different face from every angle. And there you have your 3D Picasso-inspired cubist sculpture. So what did we learn today? We learned a bit about Pablo Picasso and Cubism, and we learned that paper can stand up and become a sculpture. Now, if you want to learn more about Pablo Picasso and his work, there's a link below which leads you to the Royal Academy website and it's all about their exhibition on Pablo Picasso right now. Now, you have seen my example that I've made earlier, but here's Artie's, and I think you've done a really good job, Artie. We would love to see your cubist face sculptures too, so please share all of your artwork with us. There's a link below where you can send it to us, and we will put pictures of your work in the Art Kids virtual gallery. And don't forget to subscribe to the Art Kids at Home YouTube channel so you don't miss any of our projects for the next few weeks. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we can't wait to see you next time for our next artist and our next project. Bye, Art Kids!